কর পরে আমাকে দে পজ। Okay. Good evening, guys. Till now, we have enjoyed brilliant games in round of 16 and quarter final. But before starting the semi-final match, we want to look back some of the matches that have been played. The match between Spain and Switzerland was very competitive. So, do you think that Switzerland have done some fault in the game, or Spain was playing well?
To start with, like Saurav, I just want to highlight one thing. I'm really disheartened for Switzerland. Like it was a very neck-to-neck match, and missing on 3 back-to-back penalty shooter like was like a bizarre incident, and I really felt sorry for Sommer. I really like being a football fan. I really felt that bad. Like he's made that crucial saves, and that also like on a high pitch match like that, it was really heartbreaking for me. And I think Switzerland played a well match against Spain, but it was not their day, I think.
So we have got Spain supporter there, Ankit. He's a Spain supporter. So Ankit, what do you tell about Spain?
Yeah, I'm very disappointed about seeing Spain, how Spain is playing, because if you see the match between Spain and Switzerland, we will see that they have the possession. Okay, they have the ball in their but they were not able to come up with the goal. If you see, they have the dominance, but they cannot put the dominance into a goal. So it was very disappointing to see Spain like this. And if you see that the goalkeeper of the Switzerland was very brilliant. He saved brilliant save. He have done many saves which are so brilliant to see, because if you see, the defender was very fall. The defending thing in Switzerland was not so good, if you see, but the how he has saved the goalkeeper of the names Sommer. Save, yeah, brilliantly he has saved many Spain, but Spain cannot put their dominance into goal. I can see that is very bad to what I say.
Yeah, true, Ankit. Like I just want to add on to that, right? They were missing on the striking ability, I think, is lacking with Morata. He has conceived goals, turned balls into like proper goals, but the thing is that that thing is not, it's missing from his end. He was out of form for initial matches, then he scored goals again, and he missed out on like penalties also, like in the round of 16. But the main striker, they are missing out. Okay. So that is the like a big disadvantage for Spain, which I think. And going forward in the semi-finals, that is against Italy, I'm a bit skeptical on this. I'm really skeptical on this.
Okay, so the second match was very physically competitive because Belgium faced Italy. So what the match I have seen, but I have noticed that Italy was playing well, but Belgium was unable to break the defense of Italy. So Subhajit, what do you think that Belgium have done a mistake, or they just don't deserve to be in the semi-final?
The only mistake that Belgium has. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Yes.
Yeah, the only thing that I would like to say that Romelu Lukaku missed two-seater of chances, just inch away from the goal line. He missed two chances. I mean, you cannot expect to win when your main striker missed these kind of chances. I mean, yes, Italy played well, very well. I mean, they were the better team, but still, I think if Romelu Lukaku capitalized on those chances, Belgium could have a strong game.
Yeah, he really missed on a very narrow margin. That goal that he was just like a inch ahead from heading it into the net, right? That was really a bizarre thing to see. Like a striker like Romelu Lukaku missing on that, and it was really heartbreaking for Kevin De Bruyne also, because he was suffering from injury. and again playing a whole like full slot of 90 minutes. Then again in the injury time also he played. So like apart from giving a valiant effort from all the team, him like player like Kevin De Bruyne, I really felt sorry for that.
But
And also that Hazard could not play on that match. That was also a big factor. I would say he was playing better. Gradually, he was playing better in each and every matches. So when he missed out the match due to his injury, that was a big blow for Belgium, I guess. And I
but
would say that this was the last chance for their so-called golden generation to win a major trophy in international arena. But I don't think they will be able to do anything much in upcoming World Cup, because that will be a very tough situation for them. Now, many players like their main defense will Vermaelen and Vertonghen, they will be above 35 by that time. So I don't think they will have a much chance in upcoming World Cup. This was their best chance to win a silverware in international football.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
yes,
also agree
Sudhir,
with
because
him.
I want to yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you on this
Best
one.
so I have seen that Italy played from group games till now. I have seen Italy played as a champion, and their means they the whole reserve bench and the players they are playing. They play like champions, because when we have seen the match between Portugal and Belgium, we have seen Portugal is unable to break the defense of Belgium. But when we have seen the match between Italy, we have seen that Nico Bellera, who break the defense of Belgium, and they scored a brilliant goal. And also Insigne also scored a brilliant goal.
Like
And
if I say about
yes,
Italy, okay, say like the two name that comes up very prominent is Bonucci and Chiellini. Okay, the two strong pillars of in the defense. Like and is currently that the talk is in the town that both are the 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 doomsmen for for the other team. So I think that when player like Bonucci and Chiellini is present, it's really hard for other strikers to like get past them and score.
so on the third match day, it was between Czech Republic and Denmark. So Denmark, after getting a chance as the third best team, so they played brilliantly from round of 16 to the quarter final, and they won against Czech Republic. But if we see the record between Czech Republic, we would see that Czech Republic won most of the games. But last night they turned the game into different story. From the first half, they scored 2 goals, and it was a good-looking goal. But Patrick Schick was unable to provide the goal against, because he was just playing as a team game, but the team was not able to score a second goal. So, what do you think, that there was something space gapping for Czech Republic, or Denmark was playing well? That's why they got qualified for the semi-final.
No, they have played very well, if you say, because if you see their playing like he has means Denmark was very good as compared to Czech Republic, but they were doing good. But I will prefer more Denmark, because after one thing, even if Ericsson was there in Denmark, it would be a good him to see to play for Denmark. But I will always prefer Denmark, because they were playing very good, nice game. If I see, because they this time they are underdogs, you can say they are underdogs, because this time a small team like Denmark is now, you can say, in a semi-final, like big teams like Spain, England, even Spain, England is also have not won Euro Cup till now, but for them it is a big chance for Denmark to win this
Yeah, it's
Euro.
a
So
really a big opportunity for them, because like as the stats was saying that they played the finals, like they were the runners up for 1992 or the finals. I didn't remember the whole thing, but as per the thing is that what the game that has they had played in the round of 16, and in the quarterfinals against Czech also. So they have shown the potential what they have in place. Okay, the first two goals that was scored in the halftime was really good. Initial of the second half, they played a bit on a downer side. Right, the attacks were more in comparison to the Denmark attacks. But later on, there were a couple of injuries that also affected the Czech from giving their 100%, which I felt personally. There were a couple of injuries that occurred in the second half, and which really took the game away from the Czech. And on the other hand, missing on a key player like Ericsson, and they were also they didn't feel the absence of him. And Carlo, with the he really missed on certain opportunities, big opportunities, which I see. He got several opportunities to score, which he failed to score into a goal.
The last night England show means memorable show because they played against Ukraine, was an means beautiful game they played, and Harry Kane, and the fans were saying that Harry Kane was not getting a goal, but from the last quarterfinal round of 16 Harry Kane got a goal, and in quarterfinal Harry Kane also scored a goal, and England played brilliantly. So Subhajit, do you think have a chance in the Euro Cup to win? Or last time, if we go back few years back in 2018, where England also played well in World Cup, so that time they were not able to finish even third when they faced England.
See, for some time has a strong team. There are multiple players who are very good. They are playing very well for their club, and especially in they have qualified semi-final of the World Cup. That is a big thing to achieve. Especially, I would say that England so far in Europe has not considered a single goal. That is a thing to remember. That means they have strengths. In the group games, they were not much, only 2 goals. The least scoring team were qualified in the round of 16 in this Euro. But from the 16 started to find the nets, and their main star Kane has also and already has goals in his played well. Now we see Jadon Sancho started for England, and he also played well. Especially, I would like to mention the name of Luke Shaw. He is phenomenal for the England in this Euro. Currently, his form, I would rate him best left back in the world. He's playing an excellent game. He total has, I think, 4 assists and 4 this is clean sheet in this Euro Cup. That stats is speaking for him. And overall, England is there are multiple players. I mean, each and if you see that Luke Shaw is playing well, if Luke Shaw can't play, they can replace Luke Shaw with Ben Chilwell, who has won just Champions League with Chelsea. Just see the option that are there. So I think this is chance.
And to add with that, they have players like Henry Maguire, and they have player like Grealish, who played really well against that match. The pass that he provided to Raheem Sterling, that went into the first goal against that was really a good sign for that. And there are words that are going on that Grealish may go to Man City with a huge amount of money, 100 million. Okay, and that's a huge amount, right? And already we know that Sancho is already into Manu. So these things are really going good for players of England, and I'm really eager to watch them in the finals, because I think they are on the upper hand against Denmark. If you see from the stats, if you go by the stats and the player rating, I think they have an upper hand over Denmark.
Absolutely, Somoda. In my opinion, England should win this match, considering what they have shown their display in this tournament. I think they should win the match.
Okay, so as if you look forward to the semi-final, so the first match is between Italy and Spain. So what do people think that what can be the score in this game?
I think Ankit will start with this one.
Yes,
Yes.
Italy. I will say that Italy will dominate this thing because Italy. Yeah, Italy has some issues like they have got a left back injured. The left back injured, Leonardo. What their
Spinazzola.
names? Yeah, that name Leonardo.
Spinazzola.
Yeah, Spinazzola. Yes, Spinazzola. So at that time, so that is a thing issue. But the main thing is that if you see the records of 2016 Euro Cup, even the Italy has defeated Spain by 2-0 goals, and at that time you can see that Italy has played well also, and the defender, especially the name was I was forgetting the name.
Chiellini and Bonucci, right?
Yes, yeah, Chiellini, yes, Chiellini,
Yes.
Giorgio Chiellini. That defender has given them the goal in 2016. I think he is also playing this time also, and he has also got injured, but he started playing with the Belgium match again. And I think I will prefer more Italy over Spain. You can see,
True
because
that, Ankit,
I
true
told you
that.
before
Yeah.
also, because yeah,
Yeah.
the main thing is that Spain is holding the position, holding the ball, but they cannot uh,
Scored a
try
goal.
to make it happen. Like they cannot try to make the goal. They are holding the position, but they cannot try to means goal is not
Means that they're
happening.
not able to
Okay.
find they're not able to find the goal, like the scoring goals for the team. Yes,
Yeah, struggle to convert.
very
Yeah,
rightly
struggle to
mentioned.
convert the dominance into the goal. Simply struggle to
Yeah,
convert. They're
seriously.
struggling,
Because
nothing else.
I really doubt like they will be able to break the Italian defense with Bonucci and Chiellini in the defense. I really doubt that they will be able to see. As I've always mentioned, football is a game of uncertainty. As a single day, a player some of the other player can try burn like an they can score a goal, but it will be a tough match for both of them. But put Italy ahead of Spain in this one.
Yes, and I want
Okay,
to add one
so
thing, that Spain has won with Switzerland on penalty.
no,
They have not
2000.
won. Yeah, like a Spain like country, what we know and what the how they play. This time it's not that Spain what we know before, like 2008, 2012. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Yes,
that we
Xavi
can't
Iniesta
compare.
was
Yeah,
there.
that we can't compare because they were like
Xavi Iniesta,
there was a
Sergio
multi-starter.
Ramos.
Yeah, there was a multi-starter team that used to happen in 2008. That we can't compare with like now. They have hardly anyone apart from Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba in the team, right? So there's a all set of new bunch of people and new bunch of players playing for the team. I don't think that there's a good point to like compare the team that they used to had in 2000 back in 2008. So the players which we have in place right now, we should focus on that. And with them playing in the semifinals, they have come up to they have like outplayed teams like the big names. So I don't think there will be a bad match to watch. But I am looking for a like fighting match instead of like just mere passing of the ball and taking the whole match to the tiebreakers. I think the match should conclude within 90 minutes. That will be a good sign, a good thing to watch for instead of dragging the whole match to the penalties. What do you think, Subhajit?
Yeah, I would say that at least speed of the game will cause a difficulty for the Spain, because we have seen that the Spain game is too slow, and Italy is playing, I mean, very pacey football. That may also cause some difficulty for Spain. In my opinion, the match is in 55-45 in favor of Italy. But as many of you have pointed out, that it is an uncertain game. Spain may do well if they try well. That's it.
Okay, so on the second match day, so Subhajit, you are the supporter of England as well. You are,
No.
yeah, my fellow friend. Okay, Somo is also supporting England. So the game is to be a very challenging against Denmark. So what do you people think that what can happen, or something means unpredictable will happen, or just England will go through the final?
it's
So,
In my
obvious.
opinion,
Yeah,
please,
obviously
please,
England is going.
England will be taking like obviously England will be biting to going to the final. Okay, they will struggle because after 96 or 66, I think so. They haven't reached the final. At last, they have lost to. They were in the third place, but this time they will try to reach to the final. And I think so. Yeah, and they having a mindset. And if you see England, they were becoming when round of 16 started, they were not so much good as they were playing. But as the time is going on, they were increasing their gameplay. They were very strong, becoming strong, and you have the quality players like Sancho. Okay, which we have seen in our U17 World Cup, how he has played in India and won the and got the cup.
Under 17 World Cup.
Under 17 cup. We have all seen, I think so, because he has played
Yes,
in
we
India.
have seen in the
So yeah,
stadium.
so he's like these players, like Sterling players, the goal, the pass. We have seen the goal of Harry Kane, but we have not seen the pass of Sterling. This like players, so they are absolutely quite good in this case. So I think so. England will be building strength to win this.
So Subhajit, what do you think, Subhajit and Somo?
England is going to win. I would say that is very probable to win, because as from the team strength and from the current form, there is no point to throw any shadow of light on this matter. So England is going, in my opinion, England should win, but I would again say that in this Euro, we have seen many upsets, many uncertain upsets. Many strong teams have lost their matches. So there might be a chance, as because Denmark, they have suffered. I would say they lost their best player from the very first game, but still they have displayed extraordinary character and have come to this far. So I would not eliminate them. I would not say they have no chance, but I would say England is favorite to win this game.
But I am like pretty much like in doubt like with Southgate decision, and like which will be the like first 11 for the team, because as we see from the whole lineup that he is like creating, okay, he doesn't have a like proper first 11 as I have like noticed. Okay, so he started with Foden on the very first match, with Mason Mount and Harry Kane in the center, and later he changed to he added Sancho, because see, this time England have like multi-starter like team. Okay, not even the 11 starting 11. He has like multi-starter like bench. Okay, whom like he can't like skip. Like there will be like players like Sancho, if you like leave around Foden. So like you have Ben Chilwell and other players like if you go around with like players like Declan Rice, you have like lot of alternatives, which I can see that which other teams are missing on. So that is the only prospect why I am keeping England ahead of Denmark, because he have like quite a good bunch of people in the bench whom you can replace also during the match and can change the fate of the match accordingly. Okay, so I am putting my bet on England for that reason. And as I have always mentioned, and like this year, the matches are all about uncertainties. Big teams like France, like Belgium, like the world champion like Belgium, they are also the number one like the number one in the world right now. Belgium, they lost it last night. So you can't skip like any team that no, they can't do good. But with Denmark having the potential, I think it will be a great match to watch. But I'm keeping ahead like England on this one.
Okay, so what team you want to see in the final? You want to see Italy facing against England, or by chance Spain facing against England, or if Denmark luck is very nice, they will face against Italy?
I think as per my knowledge and my and how the game is going on during this whole 2000 in this Euro. I am big skeptical on Italy facing England in the finals.
Okay, so Subhajit and Ankit, what do you think? Who will face in the final?
It might be Denmark also. Denmark are tactically strong, you can say physically strong, emotionally built up. Now they might like as said by Somo and Shubhajit that football is an uncertain game. It anything can happen. Okay, so let us see. Even I will prefer the favorites is England, but Denmark can also be in the final. So Denmark, Italy, I am thinking also it might be. But this
Okay, so
time, I
Subhajit,
think England will not spare this chance.
okay, so Subhajit, what do you think? Who will play against final?
I think it is going to be Italy versus England.
Okay, so why you people are just keeping Spain down? Because as Spain is a new team, that's why you're keeping Spain team down, or you are saying that Spain is unable to play that type of game which they are playing during 2008, 2010, and 2012.
No, it's not about what Spain have played in 2010 or 12. It's about what Spain is playing now. And they are facing Italy, who is unbeaten in 30 matches or 32 matches right now, I guess.
Yes, 32.
So 32. So obviously you can see that Italy is in a good shape. They are playing well, they are scoring well, they are playing good football, not the traditional defensive football. They are playing very attacking football, open football. And I am not really much impressed with Spain's display, though they have won some matches with huge margin, but still I think they will find it very difficult to break Italy's defense, and that's why I'm putting Italy ahead of the Spain.
Okay, so what can be the score line of Italy versus Spain? Just
That
predict.
is very tough.
No, you see, you just predict what can be the score line.
2-0
Hey.
for Italy.
Yes, it depends upon body language of their how they play in this 90 minutes. It depends on that.
No, just
Yeah.
you predict, as you have seen Spain and Italy played so till now. So you have seen them playing what type of game they have
It
played.
might be
So what do you
3-1.
think the score can be?
3-1.
Italy 3, Italy 3 and Spain
3
1.
and Spain 1. Yes.
So Somo,
Just a
yeah?
guess, I can say.
No,
Yeah.
I am very much I'm afraid that I'm not going for this one, because see, both of them will be like playing the heart and soul for this match. So I don't think if there will be a 90-minute decider for the whole match. I think it may go to the tiebreakers. Which I personally feel, if the like Italy can't like make it through in the 90 minutes and in the extra time, I think Spain will automatically try to drag the match and make it to the tiebreakers and let the penalty shootout be decider for the whole match, which I personally feel, because see, like breaking Italian defense will be not an easy cakewalk for them. So Spanish team will always try to drag the match and make it to the tiebreakers.
Okay, so guess the score between England and Denmark.
I
So-
think it will be I think it will be a 90-minute decider. Okay. So like if the way they have played against Ukraine, if you all have seen it properly, so they were like attacking from the very first minute of the match. Okay, and Harry Kane got the first goal within 5 minutes of the match. So I think they will also try the same with Denmark, but I think it will be a 90-minute decider match, that it may go against 2-0 or like 1-0. That also can be.
Okay, so Subhajit, what do you think? Subhajit and Ankit, what can be the score line of this game?
It depends upon how early England can find the net, because there will be a threshold to cross to find the net, and the more the time the England fail to score, the threshold will be more higher, because Denmark will grow in confidence more. They will the time they can keep the clean sheet. So if England can find the net early, so I think they will score more goals. I mean, it will be a high scoring goals. But if Denmark can hold them till, I would say, 60 or 70 minutes, then it might have a chance to go to tiebreaker or maybe just a 1-goal match.
Yes,
Okay, so
surely.
Ankit,
Yeah, surely. Because if England gain their confidence in the first half, so it might be we have seen England versus UK, because as England is moving or growing, increasingly growing, they are getting confidence. Increasingly, they are getting confidence about their game. As we have seen, they have from group stage to till now that they were growing slowly. But the game between Ukraine and England, which was they have grown drastically, and I think so. If they get confidence in the first half, they might score a huge goals in this semi-finals. But this thing, the Denmark has to oppose this thing of England, that they so that they don't get the confidence on this thing and find the nets of their
okay.
hello.
So thank you for joining with me. So we will see you again on the day of final. So till then, good night. See you. Have a good day.
Bye bye.